Grab your friends, it's time to vibe. Come together, feel that rise. Watch the game while the beat flows. At the sports bar where anything goes. Laughter and joy, we're in the zone. On the swivel at the sports bar. Cheering loud, feeling like a star. Good times, laughter and every score. On the swivel, come back for more. Come back for more. Tasty treats and soulful sounds. Feel the rhythm, it's where joy's found. With every cheer we come alive. Come on in, let's thrive and jive. In this moment we find our groove. On the swivel at the sports bar. Cheering loud, feeling like a star. Good times, laughter and every score. On the swivel, come back for more. Ooh, come back for more. Ooh, come back for more. Tasty treats and soulful sounds. Feel the rhythm, it's where joy's found. Ooh, with every cheer we come alive. Come on in, let's thrive and jive. In this moment we find our groove. Ooh, on the swivel at the sports bar. Cheering loud, feeling like a star. Good times, laughter and every score. On the swivel, come back for more. Swing on by, don't miss the fun. At the sports bar, the best begun. Ooh, come back for more. 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 Come back for more.
Hey, welcome aboard. How you doing, Catalia? How's it going? Hey, listen, can you hear me? One of my other microphones, just put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me, because I just want to make sure it's working. Let me see, because I have like 2 mics going. I want to make sure it's working all right. So if you could put a 1 in there, if you can hear me, maybe you can't. Oh, yeah, okay, cool. That's good. How you doing? Happy New Year. All right, so let's go to my disclaimer and let's just keep it going. All right, so everything's fair use because I am going to use other people's material. So here we go. So let me just keep going. All right, so we're going to talk football first like we always do. All right, so we're 1 more game left in the season. The playoff picture is pretty much set. Just a couple of games that still need to be won or lost. So there was a big upset last week when the Giants beat the Colts, right? That win might have cost the Giants the first-round draft choice. So they sucked all year long, and so they wait to the end of the season to start to try to win some games. And all it's doing is making them go down in the draft. So they might not even be able to get not the first, not the second, not the third. But if they win again, they might be like in the middle of the road, right? As opposed to getting a high draft choice when they know they need a quarterback. So, I mean, it's just so the games they were supposed to win, they lost. And now at the end of the year where they can tank out the season, they actually start to try to win games. It's just absolutely ridiculous. So there you go. So the Giants are inept, both winning and losing. And that was a big upset. The Colts should have beat them, but they probably mailed it in themselves. All right. So what do we have? I want to talk about the playoff picture. I'm gonna go ahead and just go ahead and switch this and let this guy come on and talk about the playoff picture. I'm gonna take a couple of minutes. He's gonna talk AFC. He's gonna talk NFC. Hey Frank, what's going on, man? How you doing, man? Yeah. You got your video working, or you want to come up? Or you just listening? All right.
Yeah, I'm here, man. I'm just on my phone.
Okay.
Waiting to
That's
get to my
cool.
computer.
That's cool. I just wanted to make sure. Anyway, man, I hear you. So, hey, well, welcome aboard, man. I saw you live too, man.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
talk about your truck. How come you turned off the comments?
No, I think when I uploaded it uploaded that way, and then
Okay,
I
so
went
you didn't
back.
mean that. You didn't mean to have them off then.
Right, so I went back and turned them on.
Okay, I was curious. I said, why you turn off the comments?
Nah.
Anyway, we're gonna talk a little bit about the playoff picture here, so you can listen in.
Okay, bet.
Get into that. We will be live for not just the upcoming NFL playoff games, but the college football playoff games on Tuesday and Wednesday, plus beyond in the semis and the finals as well. Hit that sub button for more free videos if you haven't already done so.
This guy does a pretty good job
Let's
talking
break
about the
down the
playoff picture.
NFC and AFC playoff pictures. Just 2 spots open, one in each grouping. As of right now, the Vikings have the number 1 seed only because the Lions have not yet played on Monday Night Football against the 49ers. The Lions would take the number 1 seed if they win. As we'll get into, that result for Detroit doesn't actually matter for playoff picture stuff. Eagles are locked in the 2 seed. Rams have clinched the division. The Bucks and Falcons fighting for the final spot in the as the NFC South winner. Commanders, Packers locked into playoff spots, but fighting for seeding. In the AFC, lots of things already have been settled here. Chiefs are your 1 seed. Bills are your 2 seed. Texans are your 3 seed. Pittsburgh or Baltimore will be your 3 seed. Steelers, Chargers are also locked into playoff spots. Denver and technically Miami and Cincinnati are all alive, still in the playoff hunt. Let's go back to the NFC more in depth.
Hey Frank, let me ask you a question. Who do you root for mostly in football?
Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, you're a Chief guy. You always been a Chief guy, or is it just Mahomes' era?
Nah, so I'm from KC.
Okay.
So yeah, so I grew up with the Chiefs, but yeah, I kind of just always like rooted for them. And but I think when I got to high school, before like Brady had took over like '99, then
Okay.
I started to like the Patriots just because I played cornerback and Ty Law was there, and Lawyer Malloy. They were like some of my favorite players, so I
I hear
liked
you.
the Patriots before he took over. But yeah,
All right, so we're gonna hear a little bit more about this playoff picture, then and we'll move on.
bet.
We begin with the Minnesota Vikings, the tentative number 1 seed. Depending on when you're watching this, that might have changed based on what happens in the Lions game. Doesn't matter in the end, that Detroit game. Lions, Vikings, week 18, Sunday Night Football. The winner clinches the number 1 seed and a bye, and the loser falls down to the number 5 seed. Well, they will take on the winner of the NFC South, by the way. So a lot riding in that week 18 game for Minnesota and Detroit. In Philadelphia, they have locked up the number 2 seed. In fact, they are locked into the number 2 seed. They have nothing to play for in week 18 outside of maybe Saquon Barkley going for the rushing record, which we'll see how much they push for that. They blew out Dallas, locked up that 2 seed with.
We're gonna talk about Saquon. He's 101 yards. So if I was the coach, I know he's gonna be on pins and needles because he's got to let him try. But his last game of the season, he gets hurt, man. Their playoff picture is done.
The way the Vikings game turned out, Phillies locked into that seed, cannot go any higher or lower. Now, the Rams have clinched the NFC West, and at least as a result of clinching the number 4 seed. They are still in play for the number 3 again back in, they would take back
Let's go to
two games here. The Command Cowboys, and if you're good at are Carolina Panthers. B for the Bucs. Oh, you pick more. Dowdle did get more than 6 change things there. The Chiefs have nothing to play for against a Denver team that does have everything to play for in Week 18. The Chiefs have clinched the #1 seed. They have clinched a bye, and we all presume they will not be playing their starters in Week 18 against a Denver team that must win in reality to probably make the playoffs this year. The Bills also have nothing to play for.
Yeah, so that's mostly in the AFC. It's that Broncos game is going to be the big one. I'm not so sure Kansas City is going to mail that in for them. So anyway, but that's the AFC is pretty much done. So it's just really Denver. Cincinnati's still a long shot, but but they're going to try to win their game. It should be interesting. But if they come back to get into the playoffs by some miracle, they'll be the first team that started as bad as they did to make the playoffs in around over 22, 23 years. Anyway, so we can end that there. We don't need to talk anymore about this. The playoff picture is the playoff picture. You know, who is somebody's back there? All right. Yeah, I got you. I was looking in the back chat. All right. Let me go back to this. What's next on the docket? All right. Okay. Or did I share it? Damn it. All righty. I got to share it. All right. All right. Okay. Sharing. It's not switching. Okay. That's going backwards. All right. So yeah, last week I had some games that to watch for week 18. I didn't change the thing, but this week the Vikings are playing the Lions. That's the big game. That's the big divisional game. So that's the one that all the marbles for the first round bye in the NFC is in that game. The Rams still need to win their game. I think the Seahawks are out of it. Chiefs, like they have nothing to play for, but I don't think they're going to mail it in for the Broncos. But we'll see. The Bengals are playing for the long shot. I think the Steelers want to win just in case the Ravens, mess the bed. I don't know if they clinched first or not. I think they might have. But the Steelers are looking for a position better than where they are right now. So I think they wouldn't mind trying to send the Bengals home for good. But we'll see. All right, so that's that. College football. Now, there's some games on today. Shoot, there's some good games on today, by the way. I didn't get the update. Arizona and Texas. I think last I checked, Texas was winning or won. Oregon and Ohio State. That's a game. I haven't watched it. I'm up here just doing this thing, but I don't have an update. Hey, matter of fact, let me just go see if I can find out right now what the score is. I know Frank, you're on the road, so you ain't watching them either. Oh shit! You know what, man? I'm on let me see if I can find this damn thing. What the score is on some of these games. I'm just curious. Bear with me for a second. All righty. Ohio State is killing Oregon. Holy shit. They're up 34-8. Ohio State. Ohio State is killing them. 34-8. Oh, Frank is gone. I didn't see he was gone. Let me see. What else is going? All right. Oh yeah, Frank. What else? Yeah, the Steelers. Man, I couldn't believe it. That Ohio State is just smashing Oregon. That's a big upset. I don't think anybody knew it was going to be that bad. I think at the end of the day, Notre Dame plays Georgia, and that game hasn't started yet. Wait, we see if we add you back. Yeah, you dropped out, Fred, somehow. Anyhow, did you hear me that the Ohio State is crushing Oregon, man? Wow, it's not even a game. So I'm glad I didn't waste any time watching that damn thing.
Oh man.
Yeah, did you see? I mean, did you know the score is 38 to something, man? It's 30. It's 34-8.
And no, I wasn't even tuned in just yet.
Yeah,
I see my boys talking about it.
yeah, man. So here, I mean, I got the bracket up. So we know that Penn State is waiting for the winner of Notre Dame. We're gonna have Ohio State is gonna play the winner of Texas. So hey, man, it's the playoff is exciting, man. I might have to catch some of these damn games. That's really what I need to do. All right, so what's next? What's next? Okay, NBA basketball. Yeah, I usually play the top 10 plays in basketball. Man, you know what? This week, what's my man Westbrook had a good week this week, man. It's been a while since he had a good week. So I think when he got traded, I think that was a good move for him. He's playing with some good people, so he'll end his career on a high note, a higher note than what it was on. And we're going to talk a little bit of NBA as well. So I'm going to play the top 10.
Lauren Jabari here. Here are your top plays. At number 10, DeJounte Murray with the pocket pass to Eve Missy for the big-time throwdown. Missy getting up there for that one. We'll take it to number 9. Keon Ellis gets into the corner, pulls up, and drains the difficult fall-away shot to beat the buzzer. You'll love to see it. At number 8, out on the break, Russell Westbrook leaves the defender looking lost with the textbook Euro step layup.
Great Euro step. Jeez.
A thing of beauty. At number 7, Jalen Brunson fires the long pass to Karl Anthony Towns as he leaks out and rips down the reverse slam dunk. We'll take it to 6. Jamal Murray feeds the cutting Christian Brown as he rises up and dunks it down in reverse. At number 5, DeMontis Sabonis cuts down the lane and catches a body with the one-handed poster slam. At 4, Mark Williams with the athletic defensive play. Williams extends and swats the shot, flying away. Mark Williams getting up. We'll take it to number 3 with the clock running down. Jordan Hawkins dribbles into the tough pull-up three-pointer and drains it as the buzzer sounds. At number 2, Gershon Yabusele explodes to the basket and takes the contact for the poster slam and the foul. Hear the tweet. And at number 1, Miles Bridges comes up clutch in the Queen City. Bridges steps through and flings up the prayer from deep to tie the game and send it to overtime. We got ourselves some bonus basketball. I'm Lauren Jabara, and here are your top 10 plays of the night.
All right. So we just wanted to go ahead and see what the top 10 plays look like. All right, back to the main menu. All right, okay. What's next? All right, listen, the Lakers had a big trade. They went with the Nets. They got rid of D'Angelo Russell. And they traded him, Maxwell Lewis, and 3 second-round draft picks. They sent them to the Nets for Dorian Finney-Smith and Shake Milton, and 1 conditional pick in 27, and 2 unprotected picks, one in 2030 and another one in 2031. Now, I don't think, I don't know whether LeBron was behind this trade with the Lakers to get rid of D'Angelo Russell, but I don't think it's going to make a difference for them. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I mean, Shake Milton's okay. Finney-Smith is all right as well, but I don't know if they're difference makers. That's going to make that much difference in the West, especially. I like D'Angelo, but his game is so hit and miss. It's not like he's not consistent game in and game out. So I think that's his problem. He's just not consistent. So the Nets have him now, and the Nets seem like to be like the wastebasket of the damn NBA. You know, they just you don't want somebody no more, send them to the Nets.
Yeah.
You know, so okay. Again, now I have a picture you can't see, right? LeBron. I have a picture of LeBron. It says, and a few other players. It says, this era is coming to an end. The picture has LeBron, Chris Paul, Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Now, in the next, let's say the next 4 years, all of these guys are going to be out of the league pretty much. Right? So who's coming in? You know, who are the guys going to put butts in the seats? And the ratings are already going down. You know, are you a big NBA fan, Frank?
Yeah, man, I am, but I was gonna say, like, are the ratings really, like, are they going down, or just the
Ratings are
NFL
notorious.
ratings are going up?
Say that again?
I said, are the ratings really going down, or the NFL ratings just going up?
Nah, the ratings are going down, man. I mean, the
Okay.
ratings, they're on a steady decline. I mean, you know, I mean, are some of the reports exaggerated? I don't really think so. I mean, they're looking at the numbers, and I think a lot of it the players bring on themselves. That's why they have to start finding people with the load management and shit like that.
Okay. Yeah. I can
And
see.
of course, that's one of them. The other thing is that the style of play.
What you mean?
The style of, I mean, when's the last time you seen anybody hit a mid-range jumper? If it wasn't for DeMar DeRozan, right? And
Yeah.
Teague, then Teague is out of the league now. Who takes mid? I think taking a 2 when you got bodies in that little paint area is harder than taking a 3.
Yeah, but I think that, I mean, it's kind of just the evolution of the game, though, right? I mean,
Okay.
Reggie Miller. When Reggie Miller was, the main person in the league hitting threes, but the game was totally different. Then you had
Yeah, big men.
a packed of big men down there and all that. So it was he was able to spread the floor, and then, I mean, when Curry really, really came on the scene, Ray Allen, those guys like that, but Curry, Klay Thompson, they came on the scene. It became about, like, yo, we gotta outshoot them. You know what I mean? And everybody, every player, everywhere, man. That's back in 2012 when I went overseas. All the big men were shooting. And
Yeah,
this was in 2012, and that's why, like, the big men overseas are just generally more skilled than our big men, as far as, like, being able to handle the basketball. Like,
right.
they had to do all the same drills as the guards. So you could just kind of start to see that basketball was just going to start evolving. Like, who would ever thought that we would have a point center in the league, or, you know what I mean, a point
But let
power
me let
forward?
me ask you about that point though, Frank. I mean, is all evolution good? That's why I'm saying you're right about the evolutionary change in the game. And for a while, it was really exciting. Uh, but now you don't have no big play, right? And remember that we had the real rivalries between like Detroit and Chicago, and I mean, there has some Boston and the Lakers.
Right.
The rivalries are gone because everybody's buddy buddy, right?
That's
And the contracts are so huge, even for mediocre players. Are they still hungry? I
I
think the
mean,
fans can sense some of that.
yeah, I was gonna say that I felt like that maybe contributed a lot more than the style of play.
Okay.
Is the rivalry type? Because now, everybody, little kids, everything, man, they're coming out. Little kids are shooting threes from half court.
Shoot
You know
threes.
what I mean? So I think so everybody's accepted that the style of play. I think that has evolved and changed. I think that, because, like, if you're a Lakers fan, and you grew up a Lakers fan, and but it's like now, like, oh, okay, like Tatum and Brown, like, we all cool. And so it's like, dang, it was one thing to have, like, that healthy respect. But it's like now everybody is like, yo, let's go fishing after, which they probably have always done. But
Everybody
it's
always
like,
do that.
yeah, but it's like now it's like it seems like they doing it during the season. Like, all right, we still,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
That's right.
Like,
I'm in town. What are we doing tonight after the game? But hold on. Let me ask you the real question though. I mentioned Paul. I mentioned James, Durant, Curry. Who are the guys who are going to put butts in the seat though? I mean, I know my man from Minnesota. Is it Minnesota?
yeah, you talking about Ant-Man,
Yeah, Ant-Man.
and then
You got Gilchrist Alexander. You have a guy from Indiana.
O'Shea Gilchrist, yeah.
Yeah, you had the guy from Indiana who got hurt. I think he might still be hurt. What's his name?
Mhm.
You know the dude plays for Indiana. Their top dude. Um, yeah, but anyway. But the real point I'm trying to say is, who's putting butts in the seat? Brunson?
Man,
Is Tatum putting butts in the seats outside of
yeah,
Boston?
I think so, and I think guys like that are just very
The
uh
Greek freak?
athletic Greek. You got Greek freak, even though he's a little bit older too. Though, you got John Morant,
There you
still
go. Yeah.
exciting. Um, and I think I think you're just gonna have those superstars that are just there, man. Like I didn't think Shea, I didn't know that Shea was gonna turn into what he is now. Like he's just a walking bucket. He doesn't shoot that many threes, but you cannot stop him in that mid-range paint area. Like you cannot stop him, man. And so I think as long as you got guys like Ant-Man and Luca, you still got
Okay.
Kyrie, even though he's a little bit older, but his handles and getting to the rack is unmatched. And so as long as you still got those guys around, I think you're gonna be fine. And then coming from college, there's always gonna be guys coming out of college that are gonna be exciting. I think it's just the personalities, man. If somebody come in with a big
Okay. So let
personality,
me ask you a question a different way.
okay.
Okay, go ahead. I mean, go ahead and finish. I was
No,
going
go
to ask
ahead.
you the question a different way from the standpoint. Uh, okay, so we got the new. So let me ask it this way: do we think the NBA actually needs some of these guys to leave? I asked this question before. Is it better now for LeBron to get out of the way so these other guys can flourish?
Uh,
You know what I mean? I mean, he's still a valuable player, but is him still being in the league 22, 23 years, not allowing the guys to bloom? You know what I'm
right.
saying?
But I mean, I think that I don't. I would say yes and no, but the reason why I would say yes is because I think that would be like players on the team on their direct team. So like, Connect on the Lakers.
Right, I know what you mean.
Yeah, that dude, he has some great talent, but of course, people are looking at him more. But when he plays, people are generally, excited that Connect is gonna play. But then, but people, it's still LeBron's team. It's
LeBron.
everything is all about LeBron and AD, and things like that. So
I'm with
yeah,
you.
man, but when you get somebody on another team, I don't see how it would affect anybody else. But yeah,
I got you. I got you. I just have the conference standings up. Of course, the Thunder is still in first place, and Cavaliers they hanging on first place. Like they're gonna look like they're gonna try to go first place from soup to nuts. Man, they ain't trying to give up that first spot. Cavaliers are gonna be really interesting. Them in Boston in the playoffs. So I wonder if they're going to be able to. Mitchell's going to be able to get them to the championship. That'll probably be big for Cleveland if he can unseat the Celtics, even though the Celtics are still the team to beat. So we'll see that. That's going to be interesting playoff picture right there. WNBA, I don't have anything to report except my man's roasting the chicks, man. Did you see that?
no,
Uh,
who's that?
Charleston, Charleston
Oh,
Wright was.
Charleston White. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm glad Teague didn't fold like a cheap suit, man.
Man, and
I'm
people,
glad he didn't fold like a cheap suit, man.
people are still mad at Teague about it though.
Huh?
They like, you know who Charleston White is, man. You knew who he
Yeah.
was when you brought him
But
on
let
your
me tell you, you can't censor nobody. He's everything, right? He's an antagonist. He's a comedian, and you can't, just because you want to get upset, you can't dictate who we could put out. Now, I can tell you this: a year ago, T might have lost his podcast because all the woke shit. But now nobody's had that. You got to get a thicker skin these days. Um, I switched to baseball, right? Ricky Henderson passed away.
Mm.
Yeah, did you know about that?
No.
Yeah, he
No.
passed away on the 20th of December. He was born, he born the same year I was born. He was born December. I'm older than him, by the way. I was born in May. He was born in December 25th.
Oh yeah, I did see. I did see.
Yeah, and then he passed away this year. So he was just shy of 66 years old. But
Yeah.
I'm looking at his record. He played for 25 years, season. And the man, they have a list of his accomplishments. But the one accomplishment they didn't list, but I remember that Ricky Henderson leads the major leagues even today with what you call it, leadoff home runs.
Oh
Right?
wow.
Yeah, he has 81 leadoff home runs. He got up to the plate because he was number one.
Yeah, number one here.
And he was hitting the ball out of the park 81 times. That doesn't sound like a lot, but leadoff home runs ain't that easy.
Yes, but and especially with hitters generally aren't power
That's right.
hitters.
Exactly.
They're normally the person that you want to get on base because they can steal, or if
They
you
can
get a
steal
base
base.
hit, or if you get even a base hit, they can turn that into two bases or three
Exactly.
bases. Yeah.
Exactly. So I can't believe they forgot to put that on his list of stolen bases. This guy was probably the greatest stolen base man. I mean, he was just a great player, man. It's just as simple as that. Ricky Henderson is more my time than yours.
Yeah.
That guy was exciting to watch. He was just something else because he was short and stocky. That's his thing. His forearms, everything. He was just like a stocky dude, man, and fast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man. That's how it was when I play. I mean, because I played baseball for 4 years in high school.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a leadoff hitter. So
Well, there you go. So you know what I mean.
yeah, man. So yeah,
And that's when the pitchers are the strongest too, right? The first hitters and all that, man. Nobody. He was something else, man. He'd get up there and knock that ball out of the park. I said, man, this guy's amazing.
Man, we had a dude at my school that was like that. I mean, he still plays like competitive,
Okay.
37 up, softball and stuff like that now. But he was a leadoff hitter. He was the starting center fielder my freshman year. His name is William Biggs.
Okay.
And like my senior year, he's getting looks from the Royals, from the Mariners, all this leadoff hitter knocking the ball out the park. I'm like, and then he was a stolen base machine. And so I was like, damn, man, I'm like, I'm watching him on like, cause I played varsity my freshman year too, but I didn't get to start and stuff like that. But then when my sophomore year, I took his spot. And so I played center field, started center field the next 3 years. But yeah, that dude was, man, he was cold. Like he was cold. Yeah.
Yeah, man. You sound like you played everything. Box, football, basketball, man. You was out there.
Yeah,
Shoot.
man. It was like literally, man, sports was the only thing that was keeping me off the streets.
I
So
hear you.
yeah,
I
so
hear you.
my grandma my grandma, my mom's was like, yeah, we just gone. And so from six to 18. Well, really, I mean, because I turned pro after that, but from 6 to 34,
Yeah.
I was an athlete.
There you go. But you know what? Anything to keep you off the street. I got some stuff for hockey. I just put up their standings. I mean, I'm not a big into hockey, but I said, hey, listen, I'd be remiss if I didn't at least put up NHL seasons going on,
Heck yeah.
So the big three, when the big three is in season, I cover that too.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All right, so other sports banter. I got a couple of other things I want to talk about, and then I get to a couple of questions. Hey, listen, Dan Orlovsky, he just put down his he stayed with Stephen A. Smith on his show, and he did a top 5 on who he thinks is going to win who the best teams in college football that's left. So he had Penn State 5, Texas 4, Notre Dame 3, the Oregon Ducks he had 2, and they're gone, and Ohio State he had 1. So at least he got 1 right because Oregon is out. So I think, man, if Oregon is, if Ohio State is that good, they're gonna probably win the championship this year. Because Oregon was undefeated until they were undefeated until this game, and they got their butts whipped. Man, maybe it was just the jitters or something.
Right.
So I don't know. So let's see what's next. I have all right. So I'm gonna take a little brief interlude because I have a chart here about all the people, but not all the people. It's mostly basketball players, but I got a list of gentlemen and athletes who passed, and sports announcer Greg Gumbel passed this month. Got Ricky Henderson, Jerry West this year, Bill Walton this year, Lou Conasecker this year, Bob Love, Dikembe Mutombo, Al Addles, Chet Walker. These guys I remember. Dick Van Arsdale, Kobe Bryant's father passed away this year, Jelly Bean Bryant, and Mitchell Wiggins, and there's a list goes on and on. And so what I do when I come across these analogy kind of things, I try to play my little tribute. What you got saying? Okay, wait, hold on. What you saying could tell you here? Yeah, that's right. Ricky Henderson was called the Man of Steel. That's right. That's what they did. So I have a little tribute that I play for all the fallen heroes. Little musical interlude, just a couple of minutes, that I play for these guys. So here goes. All right, so we're back. Anyway, so I always like to do a little tribute to these guys, fallen heroes, sports heroes. So what do we got next? Okay, the next chart I have up is that snow bunnies are winning. Jeremy, this brother Jeremy from the Commanders, he proposed to his sweetheart. Her name is Mikala. And you know, she's a white girl, man, sent the black Twitter into a tizzy because here's another brother with a white girl. And they were high school sweethearts. They were high school sweethearts. And people got bent out of shape over that. Oh, of course, the sisters always get bent out of shape over that shit. But hey, listen, she's been holding them down when he didn't have nothing. So to the victor goes the spoils. So a tribute to Dr. Umar, Snow Bunny winning.
Not a sister. So in a beautiful moment, after the Commanders won, Jeremy decided to propose to his longtime girlfriend and make her a wife. That led shorties on social media, on them blog pages, you know the names, saying, how could he not date a sister? Well, while y'all doing all that yapping, they've known each other since middle school. She held him down when he had a whole injury. While he was at his worst, while bruh got no cheese, no nothing, she held it down for him all these years. And now that he's at the top, he made her a wife. So I'm confused on why you lonely individuals are upset. 25A is either y'all on TikTok bashing the brothers or saying that you finna go get yourself a vanilla brother. But him being with a shawty he got history with is nah, I don't care the history. I want him to marry a sister, bro. That's not your life, bro. He could marry who he want. That woman treated him good. That woman been with him through his down, through when he was the downest he could possibly be. What have y'all done? What have y'all done for the man? And it's not directed towards everyone because there are women defending him too in the comments. I'm talking about this new little sisterhood thing that people created on TikTok and other social media platforms where y'all basically bash any dude that is this or is with someone like this. The sister.
Yeah, man. So it's this brother, man. He was yelling and screaming, man. I thought it was pretty funny. But hey, listen, it's true. It's true. You know, she was holding it down. So he rewarded her and gave her the honor of asking her to be his wife. So that's how it's supposed to go. Anyway.
Yeah, man, through thick and thin, man. And it don't even, I think you know, the only time, you know, the only time that the race comes in is when it's a black. And I think a lot of this too was because she was like a basic, what you would consider like just a regular old white girl. You know what I mean? She wasn't like
they make the best wives,
right.
Not just white girls, but regular basic women.
Yeah.
Make the best wives.
Yeah,
you know?
So because of that though, like that's the reason why people was all like, "Dang, like her out of you know what I mean? She's skinny, she's slim, she's petite, like,
that's right.
and she just looks like a regular everyday
she looks like somebody you would marry.
Yeah. But she looked like somebody that you would walk down the street and you wouldn't be like enamored. You wouldn't be like, oh man, like hold up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, those women don't necessarily make the best wives either.
No, that's a fact.
Yeah, so but you know what? Here's my thing though. When I saw, I saw it live because I was watching the game. When he went on knee, I thought it was really cool because she got down too. So when he went on the knee, she actually looked like she was surprised and kind of buckled her knees a little bit. So she got down too at his side, so he wouldn't be looking up at her. Because there's some guys who say that men shouldn't get on their knees at all. Because really, we're extending an honor to a woman by asking her to marry us. Because if you really know it, I don't know, you never been married, Frank? Have you ever been married?
No, man, I haven't.
Well, because here's the one thing I can say, like I said, I can't tell people how to date. My posture in terms of being married, I really, my wife does whatever, but we extend an honor to a woman to ask her to marry. You know how many women go through life never being asked to get married? I think more women never get to ask than others, right? And so somehow it got twisted like a woman is doing you a favor when you ask her to marry you. Because in a real marriage with somebody who's serious and married-minded, my obligations to my wife and my family far exceed anything I would ask her to do for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, it's crazy. And it's not to say that she's not dedicated, but if anything goes wrong, they ain't gonna be looking at her. They're gonna be looking at me. You know, so when I asked her father for her hand in marriage, it was a transfer of his covering to my covering. You know, and so I took that seriously. Anyway, but anyhow, you know, so that's why we're still together, man. You know, plus she's dynamite. Anyway, I got a couple of questions. The first one is bold predictions for the NFL playoffs. Okay. Now there's some conversation about Lamar Jackson, and this is unfair that he won't get all of his flowers unless he wins the Super Bowl, right? And it's really unfair because he's about to win. He could actually win a third MVP. So my question to you is it fair that people keep trying to hold back how great this guy is unless he even holds a Lombardi trophy? And that's the first part. So answer that part first. Is that fair?
Yeah, but I don't. But I would say that they want him to have more games that look good in the playoffs because right
Playoffs.
now he
Yeah.
only has like one. I
One.
think that was one good game that he played extremely well in. The other games he just didn't play up to his superstardom level, his MVP level. And so that's what I think. I think people want to just see him be consistently good or great in the playoffs, and
Okay,
then
so
he'll be good.
it's like okay, so he's got to beat the Michael Jordan of football in order for him to get to the damn Super Bowl, for the most part.
I mean, I would say just play at your level or above. You know,
Okay.
they
Oh,
can't
so
lose. They can't lose the game because they can't lose the game because of you. You can't be
oh
the
yeah,
reason that they
I'm with you.
lost.
I'm with you. I agree with that 100%. Okay, so my other part of the question is this: I think it's fair to say that nobody's talking about the black quarterback thing anymore. I mean, we got brothers everywhere, right?
Yes, sir.
But if he actually wins the Super Bowl, it will put the whole thing that you could be considered a great quarterback and be a phenomenal athletic player at the same time.
Oh yeah,
You know,
definitely.
and I think it would end the conversation completely. I mean, because we've seen a black quarterback win multiple times. But I got the tape. I actually have the tape of Doug Williams' game.
Okay.
I taped that. It's in VHS. I had no VHS player.
They gotta rewind it, man. Good old blockbuster.
Yeah, man, I gotta go get it. It's a VHS like a mother, man. I gotta go get it digitized. I don't even have my VHS player. You know, so man, that day, man, all the brothers I know, everybody had tears in their eyes.
Yeah.
Everybody had tears in their eyes, man. Because that was a momentous moment because he didn't just have a good game. He had a record-breaking game, man. Ooh, it was great. My other question is Saquon Barkley. I think we talked about it enough, a little bit. He's got 101 yards to do. What do you do knowing that you're already a shoe-in for the playoffs? Do you give him a half to try to break the thing, or do you play him the whole game until he gets it? He needs 101 yards.
No, I'm giving them a half, man. I'm giving them a half, but I don't even think that they're gonna do that. I think they're not gonna play their starters.
You don't think they're not gonna let him try to go for the record?
No, I don't think that they are. I think Doug Peterson I think that's their coach name, right? I think
Yeah.
they were saying that there's gonna be a good chance that he doesn't play at all.
Yeah, man. Catalia's way ahead. And she
Yeah.
said, he said
Yeah, see?
Saquon Barkley will not break the record. He said, she
Yeah.
think he ain't gonna play Catalia? I mean, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Not playing, man.
Yeah, but you know what? So he's gonna let the dogs bark, right? She said she's just I don't know. So you don't know that for sure, I could tell. You just know that it would be a prudent thing for him not to play. But man, golly, how could this is a once time in a lifetime thing to put your name in the record books, right? So you wouldn't play him, Frank?
I would play him. I would let him play for a half, man. But I think that maybe the risk, for them is not worth the reward. You get that record, but if he gets hurt, or and is out of it,
Everybody's heads rolling if he gets hurt, right?
yeah. So
Mm.
yeah,
Anyway, so this is what I try to come up with a couple of questions, so we could talk about it. But it's interesting. I know it's a quandary, but he's got to get at least a half. Until you're just sure he's not breaking the record, man. He will not beat Eric Dickerson's record. Hey, well, maybe not. We'll see. So at least it's a game worth looking at. So let me go ahead and see what we got left. Boxing is what we have left. Mister, I went too far. All right, boxing. All right, so the NUA fight that was supposed to happen got postponed to January 24th. And then the David Benavidez fight is on the 1st of February. And then Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol, that fight, light heavyweight, is going to be a great one. That's in February. And then Davis is fighting Roche in March 1st. So the big fights, the most exciting fights are next year. I mean, this year, later on this year. Have you ever seen NUA fight?
yeah. He's
They call him the monster.
yeah, great fighter.
Man, too bad he can't get big. So he's fighting this guy named Sam Goodman, who's 19-0. A hungry fighter, and I guess he's fighting at junior featherweight. It's a little heavier than his original weight. He took the power with him, but I mean, when I say with him, anyway, is moved up to that junior featherweight. I don't know how he only has several fights there, but he fights 4 times a year. He likes to fight. So they say this fight should be good. Some people even have Goodman beating him. I never seen Goodman before. He's not beaten anyway. I'd be really surprised if he wins. 19-0.
Man, eventually though, that weight, what I'm saying, for guys that were that little, man, and I know because for a while I was around there. So eventually, man, you move up.
It matters. I know it matters.
And that weight just catches up to you. Like, damn, that person's calves is. You look down, his calves is a little bit bigger. You like, damn. You start trying to size them up. Like, okay, but yeah,
So what's that? 120 something?
Yeah. So. Yeah, man, but you start seeing, going from what he was like I think like him and Pacquiao, they both like started at like 108. Eventually, man, that weight, it just
but Pacquiao fought at 147 for a long time, though.
Yeah, he went up to his prime weight was at like 126, 130 when he was fighting the Barreras and those guys. But then, he moved up to 140, 147.
He dominated at 140, 147, though. He fought, Pacquiao was a big name. I mean, he got knocked out by Marquez, but that was the one guy that had his number. They went back and forth. I think they must have fought each other 3 times. Right?
Yeah, 3 times.
That knockout was devastating, though. I mean, he just caught him. He just
got him out of there, man.
Yeah, he just got caught. He probably never got. Well, he never got caught like that before. Got caught.
When you fall face forward like that, yep, more than likely you're not getting back up, man. My coach used to say, "We see the bottom of your shoes, man."
We're gonna call it quits even if you try to get up, man. You ain't getting back up. He was out cold, man. He was out cold.
Yeah, from the time that he got caught on the chin, boy, it was.
Well, that punch reminded me of when Hearns knocked out Roberto Duran.
Yeah.
Did you see that one?
Yeah, like I went back and kind of watched all of those big major fights. You know what I'm saying? That, yeah, man. My favorite fighter, growing up, man, well, after I grew up and I started to recognize like my style, even though he was a southpaw, my style was a lot like his was Pernell Whitaker.
Oh yeah, Purnell, man, Sweet Pea, yeah.
Yeah.
That man, listen, man. Back in the day, they just had some great. I mean, I don't know if you ever checked out a guy named Salvador Sanchez who died
Oh
early.
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God, man. Sanchez was such. I mean, his career would have been unbelievable, man. That boy was bad. Oh
Yeah. Man. And then
yeah,
what's crazy is like I got to see all of the guys come up, man. So like Errol Spence, Terrence
Mm.
Crawford. Terrence is like, like family to me. We've been knowing each other
Oh, so you know in
probably.
person? You know in
Yeah,
person?
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. He like I just like spoke to him a little bit today, not but just like over social media, but I hit him up. Well, he hit me up and was like, "Hey man, happy New Year's and stuff." But
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, so like but I know him, me and Earl Spence, we went on a bunch of Team USA trips together when we was in the
Okay,
amateurs, and then yeah, so like all of these fighters that are kind of almost on their way out, man. We all were in the amateurs together. I fought Gary Russell one time.
all right.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I know pretty
Hey,
much
let
all
me
of
ask
those
you
fighters.
some pointed questions then. How about the Spence fight against Crawford?
Uh
I
huh.
mean, he looked outclassed from the beginning.
Right.
I mean, is it because he's kind of spent anyway? Because in his prime, he would never look that bad.
Honestly, all right.
Or, or is Crawford
Honest.
that much better?
So honestly, um, I never seen in the amateurs. I only seen him lose one time overseas where he but the guy had popped for PED, so they let
Okay,
him fight again, right? Um, and that was we were in Venezuela together, and then but after that, like I based off of spin style. I didn't think that he could really get beat like that, until he went to the Olympics and stuff like that. But his style is not a good style for Bud though.
okay,
Yeah, because Bud is a patient fighter who wait for you to make mistakes. And the things that Spence does to overwhelm fighters, he
okay.
he makes mistakes when he do those things, but those fighters are just not good enough to make him pay for the mistakes.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah. So like dropping your hand when you go to the body. That gets you caught with uppercuts. And that's what Bud hit him with, that one uppercut. Oh, it was an exchange, but he threw an overhand and then Bud caught him with a short, quick uppercut and dropped him.
Right,
Like stuff
right.
like that. Other people are not, they're not they're just like, oh, he about to go to my body. Oh man, like
Yeah.
some of those thoughts that go through your mind in a
So
fight.
Bud was ready. Bud was willing to take that
Yeah.
body shot to get that nice blow
Facts. Bud and Bud knew that he was gonna be overextending sometimes because that's what he do with
in.
his
Okay,
left hand. Something. So, but I watched him his last two sparring sessions for the fight. I
okay.
went to the gym to go watch him spar, and yeah, I told him when he came out the ring, I said, Bud, yeah, 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 you got it, bro. He's not gonna have nothing for you, man. The
All
way
right,
the
so I
focus.
got. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
I was just gonna say the focus and the intensity, man, and everything. It was just top
So let's
notch,
stay on Bud then, man. Well, okay. How's he gonna move up from 154 to fight Canelo?
man.
Tell me about what you think about that. I think he won't be able to take. I mean, I like him, man, but I don't think he's beating Canelo. Even though like there's some things about Spanish fighters that some of these black fighters have the can beat them with. Like that's how I mean, but Canelo is a whole lot better than what he was when he fought Mayweather. That's for sure. And he's bigger, and he has a pretty decent punch. Now, Bud's last fight when he moved up and tested 154, he didn't look that good. So what do you think? No, he's got to still be there. Oh, did you drop out? I was waiting for your comment. Yeah, can you hear me? Ah, man, I can't hear you. Frank, if you're talking, I can't hear you. Oh, man, damn it. Yeah. You know, if you can, man, log back in. Uh, there you go. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, my bad. My phone died. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
All right,
So,
bet. Yeah, he what you ask? What'd you ask me?
I asked you about Canelo and Bud Crawford.
Okay,
What
yeah, yeah. I think he just wanted to. He wanna, he know that Canelo's the big, like one of the big fish out there.
Right.
And then people really started to appreciate Bud after the Spence fight.
But
So
how
I
about
think
the
he
size
just he know
difference,
he
though?
on his way out.
Yeah, okay, so what about the
Yeah,
size difference? How's he going to be Canelo? Canelo is, he moved up from a lower weight, but he's been at 168 for years now.
right.
Right, 168. I think he's been at 168 for years. So moving up from
Yeah,
and
160
Bud
and
didn't look that
168.
good at 154. I know that was his first test of it, but he's not going to be. I don't say him
Not
being
even just that
Canelo.
though.
Even
That
though,
dude,
go
he
ahead.
don't. But yeah, the one thing I think that people don't think about, and I'm not saying Bud is gonna beat him because that's my boy or nothing like that.
Oh, well, go ahead.
But
Go ahead.
the one thing that people don't think about is that Canelo don't do good with boxers. Like,
That's what I was going to say. Okay, yeah, I
yeah,
mentioned that. Okay.
he think about like Lara. A lot of people feel like he lost that fight to Lara because Lara was just moving around the ropes, picking them apart. And look at all of his fights lately. There are people who just stand in front of him. So yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
I
So
think that is the thing that,
is it going to happen then? Do you think it's going to happen?
and yeah, I do. I think it's gonna happen
You
because Turkey Al Sheik wants it to happen. He's gonna be
That's what I was
offering
going
all
to ask you.
kind of shit.
So he was asking, he's going to offer that
Yeah,
crazy Arab money. And what's going on, Coach Ferg? I
man.
see you out there. Yeah, man. Anyhow, so yeah, so that's cool. That's the big one I wanted to know about. And of course, Canelo doesn't want no parts of David Benavidez. He don't want no part. What do you
Right.
think about
He don't want
that?
uh
I don't think
it's
the money even matter. I don't think for
it's the
at any
Floyd
price. Go
it's the
ahead, go
Floyd
ahead.
Mayweather effect. It's the Floyd Mayweather effect, man. When you start to get older, you the guy, you can just pick who you want to fight. People gonna tune in regardless. You know what I
No
mean?
doubt.
And
Yeah.
so he like, well, why do I need to take that chance? Why I need to take that chance? I'm older. I could just fight this person, that person, and we still gonna do big numbers. You
They're
know
gonna
what I
do big
mean?
numbers.
So
Well, I
that's
get
what I
hurt,
think
man.
that is.
Benavidez is a bad dude. Even though he didn't look that good in his first light heavyweight fight either. He didn't look that good
Right.
in that fight either.
And
But
yeah, I think that's tough though, because when you first move up to a new weight class, people automatically think that you're just gonna move up and dominate or move up and be do the same thing that you did at your weight class, but you're moving in with bigger people. And look at the jumps: 147 to 154, then 154 to 160, 160. Like, those pounds matter, man. You
I
know
know.
what I
I
mean?
know. I know they matter. I know they matter, man. They matter.
Uh,
But so yeah, man. I'm a big boxing fan. I mean, I never got in the ring myself. Too chicken shit for that. But other than just practice and
I'm dead.
learning the way around the thing. But I never, but I had a couple of guys I knew personally who fought. One guy lived on my block. He was young guy. He had a real kind of a, I don't want to say mediocre career, but he made it to TV a couple of times. His name was Richard Burton, long time ago.
Okay.
But yeah, man, I knew him from a kid. I saw him get hit by a car on the block. I
Yeah.
was the first one to him, man. He was out cold. I said, "Oh my god," but he recovered pretty well, man. He was a young dude, man, but he got hit, man. The guy sped off, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we was just out playing football on the block and
Man.
got hit. Yeah, Yep. So anyway, but that's just one of those things, man. Living in the Bronx, man. That was how that was. And so, are you still in Kansas City?
No, I live in I've been in Colorado for 20 years, man.
Oh yeah, Colorado.
Cause
Yeah, yeah, okay. Colorado's nice. I mean, I
the
went to
boxing
Denver.
team.
All right, I visited Denver.
Okay, yeah, I'm in the spring.
Yeah, it's nice up there, man. I couldn't breathe. Took me a day or two to get myself right.
Yeah.
Man, that elevation, but that's a great place to get your cardio together, though. That's for sure. Anyway, man, so that's all I
Yeah,
have
that's
for
why a
today,
lot of
man.
boxers come here.
Yeah, any parting thoughts?
Nah, man, I appreciate it. Wanted to tune in. I ain't been able. I'm normally picking my daughter up around this time, so
Okay.
I'm glad I can jump on and have good conversation and stuff, man. So yeah.
Hey, man, I appreciate you coming on, man. I saw you live. I saw the truck, man. You know, fair use for all the videos that I use. I had to show that again. And yeah, so that puts us at the end, man. I appreciate it, man. You know, nice conversation. Catalia came and Ferg came. He was listening from the clouds, but I think he's over there coaching, man, doing his thing. You know, I think Precious is gonna have. I think Precious is gonna have a show tonight. So stay,
she sent me the link, man. So
okay, so there you go. Yeah, so that's good. I didn't know she would, but that's cool. Now that I have this under my belt, man, now I'm energized to talk some more to talk some more stuff, man. Because she's all woman, man. I swear to God, it's funny. Anyway, man, I'll check you out later, bro. All right, man. Have a good one.
Y'all be easy.
All right, everybody else. Here's the outro, and and we'll go from there.
Grab your friends, it's time to play. Join the fun, we're here all day. Watch the game with drinks in hand. On the swivel, let's take a stand. On the edge of our seats, we live for the thrill. In this moment together, we're feeling the chill. So here's to the laughter as we gaze at the stars. We say goodnight from the swivel at the sports bar. In the flicker of the screens where our spirits ignite, let's cherish this time as we fade into light. Tasty bites and big screen thrills. Every moment gives you chills. High fives and cheers, it's quite a sight. Join the crowd, it feels so right. As the game goes on, our hearts beat as one. Memories in the making, oh, this night's just begun. So here's to the laughter as we gaze at the stars. We say goodnight from the swivel at the sports bar. In the flicker of the screens where our spirits ignite, let's cherish this time as we fade into light. So good night, my friends, till we meet again. In this world of the game, through thick